Welcome back to my channel. I'm Bernadine, your host. Welcome. You are at my channel called How the Hook Turns. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy my content. If you're returning, thank you so much for returning and spending a little bit of time here with me today. Last video I put out, I believe was it Friday? Yeah, Friday. Yeah, Friday, I think. I have not answered any of those y'all's sweet comments and well wishes and prayers and thoughts, and I haven't answered them. I've looked at them, but wow, it went from bad to worse this weekend. Not with me. I may sound pretty bad, but I'm much, much better. All the soreness, or most of it, is gone. The swelling has gone down from that intubation and the bronchoscopy, and so I'm recovering. I'm 80% back to myself. But we had a tragedy happen here Friday night. So Friday night, excuse me. Let me get a drink. Talking still makes me do a little coughing. So, Pie, come on. Come on, Pie. Kitty Pie. Kitty Pie. Yeah, it's okay. You got food in there. Yeah, there's food. Water. Okay, well, Friday night. And mind you, I'm feeling better then, too. So I went out back to feed the pups. And the pups, there's still 5 pups. Or there were still 5 pups. So we had 5 pups. And I went out to feed the pups. And they stayed they stayed practically in the backyard. No, this place is not fenced. We live rurally, and our neighbors are not real close to us, and Zoe, the mama dog, she stays right here on this 5 acre and doesn't wander off. And the pups had been too. And so I went out to feed the pups, and I was missing a pup. And I was missing the mama dog. She's usually out there waiting for her dinner too. But I heard the mama dog, Zoe, barking off to the south, a ways away. Bark, 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 bark. And then I heard another dog yapping. And I thought maybe they were in a fight. Zoe and some other dog. That's what it sounded like. Well, folks, it wasn't another dog yapping. It was one of the pups yapping. And she was trying to get help for the pup. So I kept calling, Zoe, puppy, 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 Zoe. And Zoe wouldn't quit barking, and the other dog wouldn't quit yapping. And it's dark, folks, by then. And you know, well, you don't know, but we had a lot of rain Thursday. It rained and rained and rained and rained. And Friday, the sun did come out, and it was trying to dry up, but it was still, we were mudded in, okay? And so I came in, and I told my husband, I said, you need to get that tractor and go down there at the end of our property and see what all that commotion is, because Zoe's barking and I'm missing a pup, and there's a dog screaming down there. Either Zoe's tearing up somebody again, because she doesn't like other dogs. She's never, that I know of, lost a confrontation. Anyway, so he went out and started up the tractor. And when he went out and started up the tractor, here Zoe come, the mama dog, trying to guide him where to go. And so she was leading him back to her puppy. That's what was screaming. Our little puppy, which isn't very little anymore. We took her to the vet because we didn't know what to do. She weighed 22 pounds, so that's a lot of puppy that's not 3 months old yet. They're going to be huge, my friends, huge dogs. Her foot was like, their feet are like big. And their bones are big. They're just big dogs. Anyway, so I stood out on the patio, the front patio, and the sidewalk waiting. I couldn't see anything. I just saw the tractor lights going down there, and the dog kept screaming. I didn't even know if it was our puppy. I didn't know what it was. He didn't either. But he got down there, and it was off our property no, not the next property, but the property on down there. So maybe a quarter of a mile from her house. Yeah. He found one of our puppies, Sadie, laying on her back out in the pasture, screaming. She couldn't get up. So he thought, well, if he thought maybe she just couldn't turn over. So he turned her over and she wouldn't get up. Even on her stomach, she just kept screaming. So he picked her up in his arms and got on the tractor, and back they came. And by then, the dog had quit screaming. The screams had stopped. You know what I thought? I thought maybe the puppy got hit. It was our puppy, and maybe she got her leg tangled up in some wire from the fence, because there's an electric fence around this place. It's just not hooked up, and we found some stray wires here and there on the property since we moved here almost 5 years ago, and we picked up what we could, but that's what I thought, but no. So he pulls up, and there's Zoe, the mama dog, right in front of him, guiding him back to the house. She was concerned about her puppy. So I went over and I took the pup so he could get down, because we're not spry people, okay? It takes us teamwork to do all this stuff. So I got the puppy, and I said, what happened? Well, he don't know. I said, well, does she have a broken bone? He don't know. He just kept telling me how he found her. I said, well, was she by the road? No. Do you think she got hit by a car? He said, I don't think so. I said, well, something's wrong with her. So we brought her in, and we tried to set her down, and her front feet and her back feet just folded under her, and she started screaming again. So we got her settled down on a towel, and I covered her up with a blanket just in case she was bleeding inside and was going into shock. Of course, now it's after 10 o'clock at night, okay? There's no vets here in this town. There's emergency vets on call in Lubbock, but he said, maybe she's thirsty. I said, I doubt it, but I'll get her some water. And we put the water, and Lewis picked her up so she could drink, and when she put her nose dipped down in that water, there was some blood coming out of her, either her mouth or her nose. I thought she had internal injuries and wasn't going to make it. That's what I thought. And so he kind of picked her back up, and some blood dropped out on the carpet. Not a lot, just a spot or two. So we laid her on her side, because that's where she was comfortable. We couldn't tell which side, but we think right side was better. Very upsetting. Very upsetting. I couldn't take it. My back has been out. I was tired. I was hurting all over. My back was hurting. Everything was still hurting. I told Lewis, he was down there on the floor with her. I said, Lewis, by then it's after 11. I said, I gotta go lay down. So he said, okay. So I went and laid down, and I'm glad I'm hard of hearing now, because I could cover my ears up a little bit better. I didn't hear it. Oh, and I prayed as hard as I've prayed over and over. Just to please take this little dog's soul to heaven with you. Please take her spirit, take her. Don't let her suffer anymore. Take her. Please, God. And I would drift off to sleep, and she would let out those screams. Oh, it was terrible. I didn't get any sleep. My husband got no sleep. He was with that puppy all night long. And she would go a long time, or I don't know. It seemed like a long time without screaming. So we got up Saturday. The first thing I did was call the vets. We have 2 that I know of in this town. Well, one opened. Neither one of them opened till 9 o'clock. And I got one of them. Well, it said 9 o'clock, but I got them at 8 o'clock. And she said, well, we can't help you. We're sorry. There are no doctors in our office on this weekend. She didn't say on the weekend. She said this weekend. I said, I'm going to call the other one. Well, they absolutely did not open till 9 o'clock. But at 8:45, Lewis said, let's go. We're going to that vet's. Just grab her. Grab your keys. Let's go. Even if they're not open, we'll be there when they open. So we did that. Well, and we were. There was a sign on the door of this vet's office that said, we're all in the back. Call this number. So I called the number, and yeah, the lady answered, and I told her I was out there with the injured dog, and we didn't know what had happened to her. And she said, I am so sorry. There's no doctors in this clinic this weekend. She said, there are emergency vets in Lubbock. I said, well, what is the name of the vet clinic? And she told me. I said, that's where we're going. So off we went to Lubbock with this poor little puppy. And Lewis is holding her, soothing her. She'll go to sleep, but the minute she wakes up, she starts screaming again. So we got there. We took her in. They just rushed her right to the back because she was obviously distressed. So they said, we're going to take x-rays. Do you want x-rays and blood work? I said, yes. And they told me how much it would cost. I said, yes, do it. And so they said, well, we're going to put y'all ahead of the list because the room was packed. The waiting room was packed with people and their animals because she's in so much pain. So we were out there about 20 minutes still. And they called us in, and this vet came in and said, well, I'm Dr. blah, 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 and I'm the one that's seeing Sadie and taking care of her, giving her care, and it doesn't look good. She said, what happened? And of course we told her, we don't know. We told her the story that I just told y'all. And so she said, well, the bad news is, whatever is wrong with her, she has multiple neurological deficits in her back legs and in her front legs. She said, we can't even get an x-ray on her because I can't stretch her out enough to get the x-ray without her screaming. So she said, what we can do is keep her overnight or till Monday. First it was just 2 nights, Saturday night and Sunday night. And get her on some pain medicine and see what will happen. But I have to tell you that she most likely will end up as a special needs dog. Well, they're going to be big dogs, friends. And if they can't walk, me and my husband can't do it, okay? If they can't walk, they can't walk. They can't do nothing but just lay there. That's no life. That's no life. The other option was to leave her there 5 days, give her continuous pain medicine, IV fluids, maybe put her on a constant drip of narcotics, or dog narcotics, I don't know, but pain medicine. See if they could control her pain that way, and maybe by the end of 5 days they would have more information. $1,600 plus for that. Well, we couldn't do it. I'm sorry to say we couldn't do it. And it was traumatic, really traumatic. So we had her put down. I know if you have animals, you have a responsibility to take care of them. But I have no pet insurance. And I don't have $1,600 plus who knows what. Who knows how much more. And to have a special needs dog that weighs 100 pounds, or potentially will, we couldn't do it. So I wanted to be with her when they put her to sleep, but I couldn't do it because she was screaming. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it, okay? I just couldn't do it. That's what happened to my dog Sadie, my puppy. So, I'm not making excuses for not answering any comments, but folks, excuse me, that's what happened this weekend. And we didn't get any sleep much Friday night. My husband got 0. I got a few hours. However much sleep I got was however much sleep that dog got. Because I can't sleep like that. I guess we should maybe taking her in the middle of the night. I don't know. I don't know. My husband kept saying, she's going to be okay. She's going to be okay. Well, when I got up at 6 o'clock that morning. And he said, bring her some food. And I said, well, I don't think she'll eat. He said, bring her some food and water. Well, the dog ate kibble and drank water. So obviously, I don't think she had internal injuries, like bleeding or anything. I don't know, friends, what happened. Nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows if maybe there's cows in the backfield. Maybe she got back there and a cow kicked her. I don't know. They're not cow, the cattle. They're big. They're not ours, of course. There's a lease back there where they keep cattle. And she said maybe she got in a fight with another animal. They don't know. There's no marks on her. There's no bite marks or scratch marks or scuff marks or no marks. No scratches, no nothing. And if she got hit by a car, how did she end up in the middle of that field 100 or more feet away from the road? Could she got tossed that far out there? I don't really know. Maybe her back was broken. We don't know. But that was our weekend. So, needless to say, it was a terrible ending to a terrible week. And so, today's Monday. So, yeah. Okay. I have got some crocheting done. It helps my mind, okay? If if you do knit or crochet, you know, you can just start crocheting and get your mind off of stuff. You start thinking about stuff, but I obviously got my mind off of that, so I thought we would chit chat patty whack. What happened is happened. She's not hurting anymore. She's with the Lord. I'll see her again. I didn't have her very long in this world, but I loved her a lot. And when I got home from Lubbock Saturday afternoon, the first thing I did was go out and love on my pups. My 4 pups. There's Nugget, who's a girl. There's Dugan, who's a boy. There's Cooper, who's a boy. And there's Duncan, who's a boy. So I have 3 boys and a girl. And I just loved on those babies. And I've been doing that ever since. First thing I do when I get up. Last thing I do when I go to bed. And in between. I'm always looking where make sure my pups, they're always right out there. I don't know what happened. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, chit chat patty whack. I do have other things to talk about. Put y'all's heads down. Put y'all's heads down. I am working on this. Can you see okay? Let me turn that other light on. Okay. Maybe I should put you back a little. How's that? Can you see my work? I hope so. This is my gingerbread house cardigan. Yes, my friends, I'm still on my cardigans. This is a size 5 Just a minute. This is my size 5 hero hook on a squishy silicone handle. Yeah, so that's what I'm working with for this cardigan, a size 5. And I think this is great. It's working up good. Here is one of my colors. It's 100% acrylic, 875 yards. Premier Just Yarn Value Pack. Color is linen. It works up good, folks. I love working with it. Second color is called Juniper. Same stats, Juniper. Third color is called Garnet. Same stats, same yarn, just yarn value. Yeah, so that's what I'm working with today. Okay, so yeah, friends, I'm just about back to myself. I've been feeling good. My back is better. I think it popped back in place. It was popped out of place. I don't know how that happened, but it was popped out of place Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then Saturday, I was pulling on that dog, trying to help my husband with her, get him in the truck, hand him the puppy, with her screaming and wiggling and trying not to drop her. And maybe that's when it popped back in. I'm not sure, but it's not out anymore. So thank the Lord for that. And today is Monday, and it is May the 20th. Yes, 2024. 5/20/2024. The roads are good out there. They have all dried up. Today I looked out. My friends and the graders were grading our roads, so we're in good shape right now. The sun is out. It's a pretty day. It's supposed to get up to 90, 91, 92 today. I know a lot of my friends out there have it a lot hotter. And I know a lot of my friends not only have it a lot hotter, but they also have humidity, which we really don't have any humidity today and much anytime out here. Iced tea, my friends, iced tea. Yeah. So wherever you're watching this, because I know this could go all over the world, I hope you're having a great, beautiful day. Or a great, beautiful night, right? Let's see here. And then what I do is I'm just going to go back and forth on this cardigan. This is my hood. No, I haven't done a thing to this hood since I talked to y'all last, which was Friday. Little did I know, disaster awaited us. Little did I know. Uh-oh. You know what? Oh, my friends, I messed that up. I'm going to show you what I did. Do you see how at the end you're supposed to chain 3 for your first double crochet? And I know y'all know that. Look at here. I didn't chain 3. I just turned around and started back. So let's fix it, okay? Let's just, me and you, fix it right here on camera together. See, this yarn does not split. I mean, frogging is just, there's nothing to it, friends. Just pull it out. So if you're looking for a good value yarn, I'm not promoting any yarn company, but I will tell you this yarn, it's a pleasure to work with. 1, 2, 3. Now I start my double crochets. I wondered why that was trying to curl up, and you could see why it would if it didn't have this leeway there. Okay, so what I did, don't do it. Okay. Yes, this is Cardiganville, like I told you in my last video. Cardiganville. I'm making cardigans for this winter. And I guess when the winter gets here, I'll be making summer clothes for the summer. Seems to be my MO. Okay, so there's a little bit more news that I'm going to share with y'all. Do you remember a couple of videos back? I think it was 2 videos back. I shared with you that contraption to check my oxygen when I was sleeping. It's a wristwatch and a pulse ox on the end of your finger. And I took that back to the home health company Wednesday when I had that bronchoscopy. And I got a call. Oh, and they printed out the results for us and sent them to the doctor. And it wasn't good, friends. My pulse ox was dropping down in the low 80s when I was sleeping. So I knew they'd be calling me about it. I didn't want to. I didn't want to hear from them. Okay? I don't want to hear. I want to forget it. They called me today. The doctor's office called me today. And they told me that the doctor wants to start me on oxygen at night. And I qualify for it because of my readings. Medicare will pay for it all. And so I guess I'm getting the oxygen set up here in this house. Well, that makes me feel sick, okay? I don't feel sick, but it makes me think I'm sick. I guess I'm sick, right? You're going oxygen. I guess maybe when we find out more about what's going on in my lungs and get all the tests back from the specimens they took from that bronchoscopy, maybe we'll know more what to do to correct all this stuff, and I won't have to be on it anymore. I don't want to be on oxygen. But I guess it is what it is, friends. I'll let you know when all this happens. I expect to get a call. Where's my phone? Keeping my little trusty dusty phone right here with me. They're gonna call me. I'm hoping it's just for a short time and I can get off of that. I don't want to be on that. I got too much to do, my friends. If I just have to wear it at night, I guess it'll be all right. But I don't want to be wearing it all around here all the time. I am not that bad off. I don't care what they say. I don't feel that bad off. Anyway, so that's in the works. I guess you do what you gotta do. Okay, I'm about to get back up to where I was when I started this video, and I must not have been thinking back then. I can't even remember when I made that stitch, friends. It was way before Friday, so I don't know. Once I get the hood made, this is going to be so cute for Christmas. I can't wait. Yes, it's going to be so nice. This is a This is a size large. And this one isn't real long either. I don't want these real long. Of course, you can make them as long as you want them. I mean, that's your preference. If you want to make one for yourself, you can make them any length you want, any size you want. You can even make them for children with the same pattern. It gives you, it's not a, you can use any hook, any yarn to make any size you want, okay? In this lady's tutorial, it's sized by, your size goes by, what am I trying to say? Measurements, okay? Measurements. It tells you the measurements, and you take your measurements, and then you go to the size chart, and it tells you what size. And it's not like this will be a large. Like when you get so far, you measure it, okay? And see if that is the size. What I'm trying to say. It doesn't tell you how many rows to do. It tells you how many centimeters out to go. So you just do and you measure. And you do and you measure. And when you get to your size measurements, then you know that's as far as you go with that area of the sweater. Instead of just saying, make 45 rounds or something, you measure, you measure, you measure. So it's going to fit whoever, a child, a grown-up, a teenager, or an old lady like me. Yeah. That's what I like about this pattern. It's not just instructions to go so far and there you are. And it might fit and it might not fit. This is go out 25.5 centimeters. And when you get there with the tape measure, you're done. For each size, it tells you. And for the back rows, the fill-in rows that we put on the back, because the back has fill-in rows on it too. Let me show you. Oh, yeah. These rows here on the back, this is right under the hood. This is where the fill-in rows are. These are fill-in rows. It tells you how wide each side should be for your fill-in rows according to your size. So it doesn't matter what size hook you're using. It doesn't matter what weight yarn you're using. When you get to that measurement, that's where you stop. And I just like that. And I very seldom find patterns like that. And this is from a girl over in the UK. And I always link her in when I'm working on these sweaters. Well, I don't always. I've done it so many times, I haven't really been doing it lately. But I want you to go look at that if you are interested and see what I'm talking about. When you go down in her description box, everything is laid out. So anybody could make any size to fit whoever, okay? It's no guessing. You got measurements. You just measure as you go, and that's what you do. I really think it's an easy thing to do and an easy way to go. So let me just measure this now, friends. I keep my little measuring tape right here with me. Now, the hood, I'm doing in inches. So, my friends, I need 13.5 inches, and I'm only at 5 3/4. Or some of it is in centimeters, okay? Well, now, it's all in centimeters, but because I've made this before, I know it's 13.5 inches because I measured it. I didn't measure it in centimeters. You make this hood until you can stand up with this sweater on and pull this hood together above your head and have a little room. That's how you know when to stop. And I know mine is 13.5 inches because I've made, I don't know how many, but this is either my 4th or 5th one. Yeah. So I know because I've done it so many times. So I'm not changing thread to go, I'm not changing colors to go back, my friends. I hope somebody out there from watching and listening to me talk about this pattern will go take a look at that and see if you want to make a hexagon cardigan, that you will see this is the pattern for you because it will fit, my friends. Now, how she comes up with the measurements of centimeters to size, I don't know, but it works. It's worked for me. I made an extra large. The first one I made an extra large, and it was almost too big. That's why I went down to a large. Not Friends, my camera just cut off. I don't know what happened, but I lost the end of my footage. So I'm coming in here to thank you for watching and sticking with me till the end. If you did, great. And I hope you have a great rest of the day or morning or afternoon or whenever it is you're watching. I'm sorry that cut out, but I'm coming in here to say my little show is over. It is a wrap. I love you. Come back soon. I'll be back sooner than later. And God loves you. I do too. Bye, my friends. See you next time.